Mama.
Well, Fairytale and Rainbow, what I'm going to do is I have this scrap piece of paper that I did some coffee staining on. I'm going to use this in some way. I also have, these are little book covers that our daughter gave me to use in my journaling, and because it's fairy tales, I'm going to use these some way. I also have the this Golden Book Encyclopedia, and I'm going to go to the fairy tale section if it's here, because some of these pages are missing. I got these on secondhand. So what I need to do is to fussy cut these out, the little fairies. I think I'll make my own fairy tale up because I do not have any fairy tale books. I'm going to use these fairies, and they are spring, winter, autumn, and summer. I just got an idea of how I want to use this. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave this side in this coffee stained way, and I'm going to do rainbow colors on here. It looks like a lot of stuff. I'm pulling all my paints that I have that I think will work in the rainbow. I've also covered up some of the information on this sheet with my gesso, and I'm going to go ahead and do a rainbow. I have not made a rainbow in a long time, and I think it'll be fun. I do have a picture of a rainbow beside me so that I can remember the way the colors go, so I'm going to try and do it that way. I'm going to do red first. These are very old paints, and I'm going to use this. This is a catalyst tool. I'm going to spread it out this way. Oh, yeah, this could be. While I was gathering my paints, the idea came into my mind to use this piece of paper and make it into a zine. So my zine will be the story, the fairy. Fun. Next one is yellow. Okay, I don't have yellow, so I'm going to have to mix them up. I have antique gold, and I'll mix it up with this. They call this one, oh, this is neon yellow, so I guess it is yellow. Let me try that one. It's a mystery to see how this is going to end up. I think that is so fun. I'm not even going down to the bottom of the page. I should have, but I didn't. Feel like a kid again. I always feel like a kid when I do my art, and I love it. And I have, this one is fuchsia. This is navy blue. I'm going to put this here just to help, oh dear, with the mixing. I'm going to see if I can scrape some off in the middle here. The Wild Rainbow, I helped it dry a little bit with the blow dryer. I can see some spots where the paint was thick. Whatever you have, if you have old paints, try them out. I did not buy anything new for any of my art. Hillside Heart prompts. I'm going to fussy cut, and I'll be. What are your favorite fairy tales growing up? Or maybe you still have some. Right now, my life is full of the frozen fairy tales, as our granddaughters are at that age. I'm fussy cutting these out, but I'm going to keep them with their, this is the winter one, this is the spring. And growing up, my favorite fairy tale to read, and that was read to me as a nighttime story, was the Little Match Girl, and Snow White was a favorite. I'm also noticing that as I'm cutting these out, they are all the colors in the rainbow, which is amazing. I have to think of a fairy tale to write about. Now, as I remember how to make my zine, and I don't know if all of this is dry, but I'm going to take a chance. Did lengthways, and I did that way, and then I'm going to go like this. You can see the long fold line here. You can see the shorter one, and then the two that went in like that. So I have 2, 4, 6, I have 8 quadrants. You fold it in half again. I'm going to cut it to that point there. So really I'm cutting from, I'm leaving these 2 quadrants on either side closed. So I have this. I'm going in and gluing down all of them. You can leave some as pockets. I've made zines before when I've made it like a little booklet, little folio. You can decorate it. I'm just going to keep it as a little book. I made this my front page. It shows most of the rainbow, and I manipulated the pages a wee bit so that the folds would be a little more even, or the edges. And now I'm going to decorate it with my fairy tale. And I just have to decide, well, I've got the front, and so it's going to be a fairy tale book. Did a lot of fussy cutting, and now I'm going to, I guess, make a title for my zine, Rainbow Fairy Tales. That's just how it turned out. I did cut out the little image of the fairies running around the little boy, and I think it's going to go on the back right here. And I think I'm going to put that on right now. Cover up the Best Western paper. Cutting things up and making it as I go, it is really fun. I'm trying to use up all the little pieces that I've now taken apart and introduce it onto my zine. And I'm going to use this little picture. This is a bunch of little fairies, and they are rainbow colors, which I think is fabulous. Little characters are fun. So I'll start with spring. Spring is going to go over here. I'll hide the word, the hotel, keeping it as simple to show that your stories, your artwork can be easily put together with things that you have, or make it as elaborate as you like. Spring, that'll be fun right there. Okay, and then I can do a little storytelling on the other side. It's going to be very simple because I don't have a lot of space. Take this and just give it a little bit of an outline. And that's the spring fairy. My summer fairy. She's looking this way. So we came home in a bit of a frenzy. Our power was out. That's why I forgot my bag, because we were in a hurry. The call that the power was out. Kind of threw everything in the car. Everything except my bag, because it was still in the closet. So that's where it is, and that's where Tara did the shuffling and picked the card. I'm putting autumn and winter beside each other because that's the last of my pages. I guess I'll have something short to talk about. Put the butterfly, maybe I'll put the butterfly right there. Up here. I think I'll keep it right there. And I would like to cover this up. I'll put this here, and I can add some of the flowers in the BW. I think I have to put the holly in. Holly leaves. Well, here is today's Hillside Heart prompts, and the prompts are rainbow and fairy tale. I made a zine from a scrap piece of paper and used covers from some fairy books that our daughter gave. I also took a page from the fairy tale meaning in a dictionary, an old dictionary, and cut that apart. Made my rainbow with my paint and folded it up and made a story. It's not necessarily a fairy tale in the old-fashioned sense, but I just made a story. Okay, I'll share what I wrote inside for the rainbow fairy tale. The fairy of spring whispers hope of new and wonderful adventures. Excitement is all around for everyone to take part. Seek and you will find. And our long and glorious days bring endless joy in big amounts too much to count. We dance in the rain, we sing all night long, and stay quiet, enjoying the birds and the forest sounds. Shorter days are here to help with the coming season, harvesting for the long, shorter days. And now we are still in the long winter days, still enjoying all our beauty and excitement for spring, a never-ending story. And then on the back I just cut up a little bit of what the description was, and I put many fairy tales are about elves, brownies, and gnomes. These little fairies live near people or in nearby forests and meadows. And then I put the week, and I gave my little initials, and that's my zine. Use your fun paints and papers, all your supplies. Make it your own. Thanks everyone for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Always remember to be adventurous and stay cozy.